Subscribe my channel and press bell icon to get all notification.
Hello students, today we'll discuss about next division of plant kingdom, that is pteridophytes. अब तक हम ब्रायोफाइट्स, थैलोफाइट्स इन सब के बारे में डिस्कशन कर चुके हैं and now today's turn to discuss about pteridophytes. Pteridophytes, when we talk about these pteridophytes, pterido means fern and the phytes word is means plants. So these are the fern plants. So let's start the discussion about these fern plants, and first of all we will look at the characteristics of these plants. Pteridophytes. When we talk about pteridophytes, their habitat is also the same like bryophytes. They live onto the cool, damp, shady and moist or humid places. ये भी वही उन्हीं जगहों पे रहते हैं जहाँ पे वाटर क्या मीन्स कुछ कंटेंट प्रेजेंट हो, ह्यूमिडिटी प्रेजेंट हो या डैम्प और मॉइस्ट प्लेस हो, वहीं मिलते हैं हमें टेरिडोफाइट्स. They are the first land plant to develop the vascular tissues. These are the first plants. These pteridophytes are considered as the primitive plants which has the vascular tissues. सबसे पहले जो vascular tissues हमें देखने को मिल रहे हैं वो इन्हीं plants में देखने को मिल रहे हैं. इससे पहले हमने bryophytes डिस्कस किया and before that we discussed thallophytes. वहां पे कहीं पे भी vascular tissues यानी कि xylem और phloem का कोई भी रोल नहीं था, उनकी कोई प्रेजेंस नहीं थी. But these are the first plant where we can see the vascular tissue. So they have vascular tissues. So this is a very important characteristic feature. ये आपको याद रखना है. The first plants in which the vascular tissues are developed is pteridophytes. And due to the presence of these vascular tissues, the plants are known as tracheophytes. The pteridophytes. After that, we will discuss this gymnosperm and the angiosperm. These are also considered as tracheophytes because all of these three have vascular tissues. So they are considered as tracheophytes. They are included in this category because of presence of these vascular tissues like xylem and phloem. So इनमें xylem भी होगा और phloem भी होगा. Functions are the same. Xylem will help the transportation of water and minerals, and phloem will transport the food material. So this is about vascular tissue. Next important thing that they have independent and dominant sporophyte. That is also very important point. This point is very important. They have sporophytic phase. Sporophytic phase जो टेरिडोफाइट के अंदर होती है, it's a dominant and independent. Like in the bryophyte, अगर आपको याद हो हमने bryophyte में डिस्कस किया था कि वहां पे स्पोरोफाइट जो होता है वो गैमेटोफाइट के ऊपर रहता है और उस पर डिपेंडेंट होता है. It lives as a parasite onto the gametophyte. बट यहाँ पे स्पोरोफाइट का गैमेटोफाइट के ऊपर कोई भी डिपेंडेंस नहीं है. It's totally independent of gametophyte. So that's why we are saying that the sporophyte is independent and the dominant phase of these pteridophytes. तो यहाँ पे जो हमें नॉर्मल प्लांट बॉडी देखने को मिलती है, that plant body is the sporophyte. वो स्पोरोफाइट ही है. And this sporophyte or this plant body is differentiated. यहाँ पे डिफरेंशिएशन भी हमें देखने को मिल रहा है. This plant body is differentiated. It can differentiate it into the true stem, true roots or true leaves. ट्रू रूट्स, स्टेम्स और लीव्स के अंदर डिफरेंशिएटेड प्लांट बॉडी है. स्टेम की अगर हम बात करें तो जो ट्रू स्टेम है दैट स्टेम इज नोन एज राइजोम. राइजोम हम वर्ड यूज कर सकते हैं. वैसे राइजोम जो है आप उसमें भी देखेंगे लाइक जिंजर के केस में, बट यहाँ पे वो राइजोम नहीं है, दैट्स उस जैसी स्ट्रक्चर है. दैट्स व्हाई वी यूज द वर्ड द राइजोम. एंड द लीव्स आर द नॉट जैसे एंजियोस्पर्म्स प्लांट्स की लीव्स है लाइक मैंगो की, पीपल की, इन प्लांट्स की लीव्स है वैसी बड़ी लीव्स नहीं है. दे हैव स्मॉल लीव्स. लीव्स स्मॉल होती है बट दे हैव लीव्स. दे हैव ट्रू लीव्स एंड दीस स्मॉल लीव्स आर आल्सो नोन एज फ्रॉन्ट. इन्हें हम फ्रॉन्ट वर्ड यूज कर सकते हैं. द स्मॉल लीव्स दैट दे हैव दे आर नोन एज फ्रॉन्ट्स. एक्चुअल लीव्स जैसा साइज नहीं है, छोटी है, साइज में स्मॉल है. दैट्स व्हाई वी कॉलिंग देम फ्रॉन्ट्स. Okay, now roots की अगर हम बात करें तब they have roots but root is not a tap root or fibrous root. इस तरीके की roots present नहीं है क्योंकि कोई seed यहाँ पे form नहीं हो रहा, उसकी किसी radical से root generate नहीं हो रही. Roots that is present here is the adventitious root. They are developing adventitious root. तो यहाँ पे ये ध्यान रखिएगा, body is differentiated. They have true stem, true roots and true leaves like structure. इस तरीके की true roots, leaf और stem यहाँ पे present है. ना अब बात करते हैं हम लीव्स की, जिनके बारे में हम अभी बात कर रहे थे। एज वी नो दैट लीव्स आर वेरी स्मॉल, लीफ यहाँ पे बहुत छोटी है, साइज में स्मॉल है, बट कुछ प्लांट्स ऐसे हैं जिनके अंदर लीफ का साइज स्मॉल हो सकता है, एंड इन सम प्लांट्स द साइज ऑफ द लीफ कैन बी द लार्ज, लाइक इन दिस दैट स्मॉल साइज। अगर हम स्मॉल लीफ की बात करें, दैट सिलाजिनेला, यू कैन सी द सिलाजिनेला, इट हैज वेरी स्मॉल लीव्स, and such kind of small leaves are known as microphyllus. Microphyllus, तो micro means small and phyllis is leaves के लिए word use हो रहा है, तो जहाँ small size leaves होंगी, these small size leaves are known as microphyllus, and the example is Silaginella. This is the example where the leaves are very small in size, whereas in some ferns, some pteridophytes, the size of the leaf is large, size बड़ा हो जाएगा, large हो जाएगा, and such kind of leaves are known as macrophyllus. तो उन्हें हम बोलेंगे macrophyllus, and the example of such kind of macrophyllus is Dryopteris. You can see Dryopteris, that Dryopteris is example of macrophyllus leaves. इनकी leaf का size बड़ा होता है. Okay, this is about the size of the leaves. Now, what happens with these leaves? यहाँ पे लीफ का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है. These microphyllus और macrophyllus, ये जो लीव्स हैं, these leaves when they become mature, जब प्लांट मेच्योरिटी पे पहुंच जाता है, लीफ मेच्योर हो जाती है, at this maturity stage they bear some reproductive structure. They bear some reproductive structure, and this reproductive structure is known as sporangia. That reproductive structure is known as sporangia, and the leaves which at maturity, the leaves which are bearing these sporangia are known as sporophylls. और उन leaf को हम क्या बोलेंगे? These leaves are known as sporophylls. Like अगर हम एक देखें, so this is the leaf, like the leaf in the pteridophyte, the leaf है, और इन leaf पे ही कुछ structures हमें इस तरीके की देखने को मिलती है at the back side of these leaves, and these structures are known as sporangia, and the leaf which is bearing these sporangia are known as sporophylls. जो spore bearing leaves होंगी, they are known as sporophylls. तो यही leaves आगे reproduction में part कर लेंगी, and the sporangia, that is the same type of sporangia जैसा आपने fungi में देखा हुआ है. Sporangia is the structure which is carrying the spores, ये spore bearing structure है, इसलिए इसे कह रहे हैं sporangia. So these sporangias are present onto the sporophylls. Sporophyll पे ही present होगी. Now, one more important thing is there. In some plants, these sporophylls they become compact. जो sporophylls होती है वो compact हो जाती है, यानी कि compress हो जाएंगी, एक के पास एक आके बहुत close आके compactly arranged हो जाती हैं, और इस compactly arrangement की वजह से एक structure form होती है, that is known as strobili. तो जो structure यहाँ पे मिल रही है हमें, that is strobili. So in some plants, some ferns, what we can see that these sporophylls which are the spore bearing leaves, जो sporophyll है, they become compactly arranged or compactly packed, बहुत पास आके pack हो जाएंगी, arrange हो जाएंगी, and they make a structure that is known as strobili. ये एक तरीके से cone like structure होगी, but यहाँ पे हम particularly cone word use नहीं करते, because this cone word is used in the reference of gymnosperm. ये जिम्नोस्पर्म में जाके हम वर्ड यूज करेंगे, बट यहाँ पे जो स्ट्रक्चर बन रही है लीफ के टिप्स पे हमें देखने को मिलता है. लाइक अगर हम देखें, दिस इज द वन लीफ, एंड इस लीफ के टिप पे इस तरीके से एक कोन शेप स्ट्रक्चर दिखाई देगी. दिस टाइप ऑफ कोन शेप स्ट्रक्चर इज नोन एज स्ट्रोबिली. दिस इज नोन एज स्ट्रोबिली, and this forms due to the compact arrangement of these sporophylous leaves. Now let's see how these leaves play an important role, or how these are the leaves which are bearing spores, sporophylls. These sporophylls they bear sporangia. इनके अंदर sporangia present होता है, and in this sporangia some specific cells are present which are known as spore mother cell. In this sporangia the spore mother cell is present. स्पोर मदर सेल्स प्रेजेंट होती है, जहां पे भी स्पोर मदर सेल जो वर्ड यूज हो जाता है, देन यू शुड नो दैट उसके बाद मियोसिस होगा, क्योंकि मदर सेल मींस इट इज अ डिप्लॉयड इन स्ट्रक्चर. तो ये जो स्पोर मदर सेल है, दिस सेल विल डू मियोसिस, इट अंडरगोज बाय मियोसिस, एंड आफ्टर मियोसिस इट फॉर्म्स स्पोर. They form spores, and these spores after germination, these spores get germinate, and after germination they will give rise to a prothallus. Prothallus germination होगा इन स्पोर का, and after germination they will give rise to a prothallus. तो अब ये prothallus क्या है इसके बारे में हम देखते हैं. This prothallus is multicellular photosynthetic independent gametophyte. This is multicellular photosynthetic gametophyte. ये जो prothallus है, this prothallus represent the gametophyte. यहाँ पे एक मीन्स बहुत थैलोइड स्ट्रक्चर, जिस तरीके की हमने ब्रायोफाइट्स में देखी थी, इस तरीके की स्ट्रक्चर बनेगी, एंड दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज नॉन एज प्रोथैलस. इसे ही हम प्रोथैलस कह रहे हैं. This prothallus is very short-lived, or this gametophyte which is representing by this prothallus. Prothallus जो है gametophyte को represent कर रहा है. This is a gametophyte. We can write it here that is a gametophyte. And this gametophyte is very short-lived stage, and this gametophyte will give rise to the sporophyte. यहाँ पे इसके ऊपर जो है sporophyte grow करेगा. The sporophyte will grow on this gametophyte, this prothallus, but it's just for some time. When this sporophyte will grow, this gametophyte, this prothallus will get degenerate. ये degenerate हो जाएगा, and the function of this prothallus or this gametophyte is just to form the male and female gametes. सिर्फ gametes formation का काम करेगा, and after that the complete production, sexual production process will start on. उसके बारे में हम अभी बात करेंगे, but you should know that in this way that these spores are present onto the sporangias, and the sporangias are present onto the sporophylls, which are the specific leaves, spore bearing leaves called sporophylls. वहां से spore mother cell जो होगी वो meiosis करेगी, and by meiosis it forms spores. These spores after germination they give rise to a prothallus. ये prothallus जो होता है बहुत inconspicuous structure है, size में बहुत छोटा होता है, अच्छे से दिखाई भी नहीं देता, इतना छोटा size होता है इस prothallus का. And this prothallus is the gametophyte, that is the gametophyte, but this gametophyte very soon it give rise to the sporophyte. ये sporophyte को form कर देगा. Gametophyte में male gamete, female gamete form होंगे, and when they get fertilized, zygote will be formed, and after the zygote formation, the sporophyte will give rise. Sporophyte बनेगा, but जैसे ही sporophyte form होगा, this gametophyte will degenerate. इसका रोल नहीं रहेगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे sporophyte क्या है? Sporophyte is इंडिपेंडेंट एंड डोमिनेंट स्ट्रक्चर. उसे गैमेटोफाइट की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. लाइक ब्रायोफाइट्स में हमने देखा था स्पोरोफाइट को गैमेटोफाइट की जरूरत पड़ती है, उसे वहां से न्यूट्रिशन लेना है. बट हियर इन द टेरिडोफाइट्स द स्पोरोफाइट इज इंडिपेंडेंट एंड डोमिनेंट. तो जैसे ही स्पोरोफाइट डेवलप होता है, गैमेटोफाइट गेट्स डीजेनरेट. So this is about this some characteristics related with pteridophytes. Now let's take some important examples of this. Pteridophytes division is divided into the 4 classes. The first one is Coelopsida. In this class we include the Coelotum and the Rhynia. These are included in this class. Next one is Lycopsida, Lycopodium and Phlegonella. These are included into this class Lycopsida. The third one is Sphenopsida. Third one, Sphenopsida, the Equisetum, that is included in this class. And the last one, Pteropsida, Adiantum, is the example of this class, Pteropsida. Adiantum, it is also known as walking fern. That is very important, that it is known as walking fern. इसे हम walking fern के नाम से भी जानते हैं. क्यों? walk नहीं करता exactly, ऐसा नहीं है कि एक जगह से फूल के कहीं और जा रहा है, लोकोमोशन हो रहा है. It's not like that. इसमें क्या होता है कि जब इसकी प्लांट बॉडी ग्रो कर रही है, जो लीव्स ग्रो कर रही है, लीव्स की टिप जब होती है वो ऐसे टर्न कर जाती है, and it give inside the और attached with the soil. soil के साथ अटैच हो जाएगी. जहाँ पे भी soil के साथ अटैच होगी, it will give rise to adventitious roots. Roots form होगी, and from there the new leaves will start arising. नई leaves arise होनी शुरू हो जाएगी. तो एक बार एक साइड से leaf grow हुई, टच हुई सॉइल को, यहाँ से फिर एक नया प्लांट अराइज हो गया, वो और आगे ग्रो करेगा. तो इन दिस वे इट इज नोन एज वॉकिंग फर्न. So this is about the some important examples of pteridophytes. The detailed study of all these class is not part of your syllabus. So now let's take a look onto the life cycle of these pteridophytes. Now let's see the life cycle of pteridophyte. We know that sporophyte is the dominant stage. So we will start from the sporophyte. The sporophyte which is present in the pteridophyte. These sporophytes bear sporangia. Sporophytes पे sporangias form होंगे and these sporangia will form the spores. तो यहाँ पे sporophytes में हम कह सकते हैं these sporophytes will give rise to the spores. Sporophytes से spores generate होंगे and these spores after germination, these spores will germinate and after germination they will give rise to a prothallus. The prothallus will form after germination of these spores, and this prothallus is nothing, it's a gametophyte. So this prothallus will give rise to the gametophyte. The gametophyte will be formed, the gametophyte, and this gametophyte will bear both male and female gametes. तो यहाँ पे male और female gamete बनेंगे. So we can say that and it has antheridium होगा and it has archegonium. It's archegonium. So antheridium and archegonium both are present on these gametophyte. Gametophyte are present होंगे. Here we will discuss about in some ferns the single gametophyte has both type of sex organ, antheridium and archegonium, whereas in some cases it will present on different thallus also. So it will be a antheridium and archegonium. Antheridium, it forms the antherizoids. They will form antherizoids. Antherizoids are the same which we discussed into the bryophytes. जैसा हमने bryophytes में discuss किया था वही antherizoids हैं, and these antherizoids are also biflagellated antherizoids. And this archegonium, it produce a single egg. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Here the male gametes are forming and here the female gametes are forming. Both of these two gametes, they fuse with each other. They will do fertilization, and for the fertilization they also require the water. By water they will do fertilization, and after fertilization the zygote will form. This zygote is again the diploid structure. This zygote is diploid structure, and this zygote, after some time or after the formation of zygote, this zygote will give rise to sporophyte. This sporophyte को arise करेगा, sporophyte को form करेगा, and this sporophyte again, in this sporophyte the sporangias will be formed, and these sporangia will form the spores. So in this way we can say that a complete life cycle can be formed. And here the prothallus, the structure is forming, it's very inconspicuous. इस साइज में बहुत छोटा होता है और इसी gametophyte पे male and female gametes form हो रहे हैं, from where the zygote is formed after their fertilization, and they will give rise to sporophyte again. Here you can see that the sporophyte and gametophyte, these two are the independent structure. दोनों independent है, different है एक दूसरे से. That's why we can say that these pteridophytes show true alternation of generation. यहाँ पे दोनों generation, gametophytic and sporophytic, दोनों तरीके की generation जो है वो truly separate है, आसानी से हमें दिखाई दे रही है. ओके, एक चीज जो यहाँ पे आपको मैंने पहले ही बताया that gametophyte जो है, जब gametophyte पे structures form हो रही है उसके just बाद structure form करते ही gametophyte जो है वो degenerate हो जाएगा. ये जो zygote का formation हो रहा है, that zygote and that sporophyte also, zygote से जो sporophyte बन रहा है, ये sporophyte बनेगा कहाँ पे? It will form inside the archegonium. It will form inside the archegonium. Archegonium के अंदर sporophyte की development start होगी after fertilization. But as the sporophyte will form, जैसे ही sporophyte form होता है, this gametophyte get degenerate and sporophyte become independent, क्योंकि उसके बाद उसे जरूरत ही नहीं है gametophyte की. That's why we are saying that it's an independent and dominant stage. So this is about the life cycle, and you can see the life cycle in this diagram also, where you can see that this leafy structure, the leaf, जो leafy part है, that is the sporophyte, and from sporophytes the spores are generating, and these spores now they giving rise to the prothallus. That small size structure is the prothallus, and by prothallus the antheridium and the archegonium is forming, and the fertilization. After fertilization, the zygote is formed, and this zygote again giving rise to the same leafy sporophyte. So this is the life cycle of pteridophyte. So you can, I hope you can easily understand the life cycle of pteridophytes. Now we will discuss about types of spores in the pteridophytes. On the type की अगर हम बात करते हैं, all the pteridophytes do not form the similar type of spores. they can form the different types of spores also. So let's discuss about this. Then they are known as homospores. If the same on the same sporophyll, same type of spores are formed, then it is known as homosporous. The example of this is Lycopodium and Dryopteris. Lycopodium and Dryopteris में same type के spores बन रहे हैं. That's why the spores are known as homospores. Whereas in some ferns like Selaginella, Marchilia, in this the spores which are formed are different. They form two different types of spores. Spores जो है वो different होंगे, size में different हो सकते हैं, structure में different हो सकते हैं. So they are forming different type of spores. Here the some spores are known as microspore. Size में जो छोटे हैं they are considered as microspore, whereas the large size spores are considered as macrospore. Microspore जो है वो size में छोटे हैं and in numbers they are very large. Microspore जो है they are representing the male gamete. They are representing the male gamete. तो यहाँ पे स्पर्म जैसी स्ट्रक्चर बनानी है, एंथ्रोजोइड्स बनाने हैं जो कि मूव करके जाएंगे एपिगोनियम तक, एग तक. तो यहाँ पे इनके जो नंबर्स है वो बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं. माइक्रोस्पोर्स आर फॉर्म्ड इन लार्ज नंबर and they are represent the male gamete. They represent male gamete, whereas the macrospores which are very large in size and they are very few in number and they represent the female gamete. They represent female gametes. So these two types of spores are formed in these ferns, these pteridophytes. Now let's take a look on the economic importance of pteridophytes. Pteridophytes, the first importance अगर हम बात करते हैं, the first important that they protect the soil from the soil erosion. They protect the soil from heavy rainfall. Suppose बहुत तेज बारिश आ रही है तो वहाँ पे जो soil है वो वॉश हो जाती है. सॉइल इरोजन हो सकता है हैवी रेनफॉल की वजह से. बट टेरिडोफाइट्स अगर प्रेजेंट है, इनकी एडवेंटिशियस रूट जो होती है वो सॉइल को बाइंड करके रखती है और इट प्रिवेंट्स सॉइल इरोजन. सो वी कैन से दैट दे प्रिवेंट, these टेरिडोफाइट्स प्रिवेंट सॉइल इरोजन. सॉइल इरोजन को प्रिवेंट करते हैं. Next important example is they can be used as biofertilizer. These pteridophytes can be used as biofertilizer. Like यहाँ पे example अगर हम देखें तो example of species like Azolla. Azolla which is the aquatic fern. ये एक aquatic fern है and this Azolla has a relationship. इनकी जो roots होती हैं उनकी roots के अंदर Anabaena का association होता है. Anabaena which we know that it's a blue green algae. So Azolla और Anabaena that live together. This Anabaena lives inside the roots of the Azolla and they help in the nitrogen fixation. So biofertilizer की form में use हो रहे हैं and they help in nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation में important role play करते हैं. Next economic importance की अगर हम बात करते हैं, that is the some pteridophytes are edible. Some pteridophytes are edible and they can be edible and they can be eaten as in the form of vegetables or in some pickles like strawberry कुछ भी form किया जा सकता है. तो हम कह सकते हैं these pteridophytes are edible also. Like इसमें एक example बताती हूँ आपको. हमने देखा था कि जब gametophytes develop होता है, it form a जब spores germinate होते हैं, they give rise to prothallus. Prothallus बनाते हैं. यह inconspicuous जो gametophyte यहाँ पे form हो रहा है. और इस gametophyte पे जब sporophyte form होगा, this is the sporophyte which is forming on this gametophyte. And here the young leaves of this sporophyte, जो young leaves होती हैं वो इस तरीके की structure form करती हैं. This kind of structure, they form such kind of structure. Such kind of structure is formed where the leaves are young and they are formed on this prothallus. So this structure because of this kind of structure, जो rounded structure यहाँ पे बन रही है leaves की, इसकी वजह से pteridophytes को snake fern भी कहा जाता है. Because यहाँ पे जो snake जैसे representation ये दे रही है, that's why they are known as snake fern. And this arrangement of the leaves is known as circinate arrangement. This is circinate arrangement or venation. So, and this part of the leaves, these young leaves which show this type of arrangement, they are edible. इन्हें खाया जा सकता है directly or they can be used for the making of pickles also. this complete part, this kind of structure you can see at some places of Uttaranchal or Himachal Pradesh, जहाँ पे इस तरीके से this succinate जो leaves हैं, they are used as an edible product. तो हम कह सकते हैं that some pteridophytes are edible. They can be used as in vegetables also. Next advantage is some pteridophytes has some medicinal property. Medicinal properties. कुछ मेडिसिनल प्रॉपर्टीज भी होती हैं टेरिडोफाइट्स के अंदर, जिसकी वजह से ये कुछ मेडिसिन के अंदर यूटिलाइज किए जाते हैं और यूज किए जाते हैं. Some importance is that they have ornamental properties also. Ornamental property. Like some ferns, they look so beautiful. इतना सुंदर इनका अरेंजमेंट होता है कि उसकी वजह से कि बहुत सारे लोग इन्हें अपने घरों में डेकोरेशन के लिए यूज करते हैं. So that's why we are saying that they have the ornamental properties because of their beautiful looks. So these are the some advantages, some economic importance or advantages of pteridophytes. The main important thing that you should keep remember about this Azolla, which is aquatic fern, and it has close association with the Anabaena, and these help in the nitrogen fixation. And these pteridophytes also prevent the soil erosion. So that's all about these pteridophytes. In the next video, we'll discuss about these gymnosperms. So keep watching, keep studying, and keep learning. Thank you.